A hate crime was just committed in Duluth, Minnesota a few days ago, and we need all hands on deck. In the evening of September 12th, a black woman named Michelle Fosen was brutally beaten by two white men after she had a confrontation with two white women earlier. But y'all are not going to understand the gravity of the situation because the whole damn system is guilty as hell. And wait until you find out what this rustic bar employee did to this black woman. Folsom and witnesses said that the white men Scott Robold, Rabold, and Milan Griak, that's Mylon Griak, were seen stomping and kicking Folsom in the head and face so badly that she lost consciousness, y'all. While these two white devils were trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho and let their white superiority complex spew over, nobody batted an eye. None of the patrons, none of the employees, nobody helped this black woman. Trigger warning, because what you're about to witness is something grotesque, and I don't even have the words to it. Just please understand that this is somebody's mother that we're speaking about. After being beaten and walking 4 to 5 minutes to being next to her daughter, the only thing Michelle could say is, "What happened to me?" Somebody attacked. They broke her nose on both sides. They hit her so hard that her teeth went through her lip, creating a hole. She has two horrible black eyes, a cut between her eyebrows, an extremely swollen head. The amount of blood on her led her daughter to believe that she was left for dead. Her daughter then called for 911 right away, and they rushed her to the hospital to treat her injuries. It's known that some of the situation took place at the bar, and they never called the police or helped this woman. Her daughter had to call for help, asking for help. And it's our turn to show up and do what's right. Our turn to show up and do what's right. Because if this was your mother, how would you react? And let me tell you, do not be surprised. There were protesters ready to rally up and show up at the front door the next day. But when I tell you what happened when they showed up, because only one person did, because they ended up not going to protest because the owner gave up the footage to the police because they wanted them to release the tapes. So this story is continuing.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Thursday. Doing pretty good myself. It's a bad thing that took place there. You understand? Looked like they banged that sister up pretty bad. Those two pigskin subhuman pieces of shit. All right, that's basically what it is, because it would take a subhuman to actually do what they did to that woman. Two subhumans at that. Okay, not one, but two subhuman, two cowardly, low-life subhumans. And to add insult to injury, there were people there that actually watched this take place, didn't lift a finger. And mind you, like the sister just said, that these two subhumans did this in retribution, because the sister, Michelle Folsom, that's 39 years old, was into a so-called altercation, either verbal or physical. You understand? So they felt the need to actually attack this woman, jump this woman. Two so-called white men on one woman. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, let's get into this story right here. They never called the police. Black woman allegedly stomped, kicked in the head by two white men in bloody attack at Minnesota bar. Okay, it says here the St. Louis County Attorney's Office reportedly declined to pursue charges against the two white men who assaulted a black woman at a local bar. But the Duluth City Attorney's Office says that they will. Now, mind you, let me tell you something. These charges that they're talking about are misdemeanor charges. As you can see in this story right here, it says white men face only misdemeanor after giving brain injury to black woman they brutally beat in Minnesota. Okay, so misdemeanor. So that's next to not even pressing charges at all. Okay, and that's just what it is. Now to continue, the Duluth Police Department said the city's lawyer will charge Scott Robold, 41, and Mylan Grieg, 56, both of Duluth, with fifth-degree assault after SLCAO decided not to, without giving a comment on the rationale. Okay, they really did this sister bad right here. Before we go any further, I'm going to reiterate what I've always been saying. Some of you've already heard me say it. There's not a black woman out here, in these streets that need to be out in these streets by themselves. You understand? Unless you are prepared to deal with the animals that may attack you. For those of you that are hollering that you don't need a black man, yes you do. Yes you do, and you need a strong black man. That's the only way that you can be strong. Now some of you may not like to hear that, but regardless, who cares? That's the truth. And that's just what it is. Now here you can see images that was posted that they beat this woman so bad. Now it's not so much as to what blood being on a t-shirt, you understand, or a shirt or what have you. That happens in fights. But as you can see these particular glasses right here, the inside of these glasses or either the outside of glass are saturated with blood. Okay, it says here Michelle Folsom posted her bloodstained shirt and glasses, which she said resulted from an attack at the Rustic Bar in Duluth, Minnesota on September 12, 2023. Okay? Yeah. That's just how bad these animals, subhuman lowlifes, beat this woman right here. You understand? Now, they need to be brought to justice, but it ain't going to be the kind of justice that the judicial system is going to enforce on them. That's not justice at all. Okay? It's not. A misdemeanor for something like this, when more than likely this is attempted murder at best. Attempted murder. To continue here, it says officials in Duluth believe that there is enough evidence to get a successful conviction for the charge put forth by the city's attorney, pointing mostly to surveillance video of the assault from inside the Rustic Bar from Tuesday, September 12th, that left the victim with traumatic brain injuries, a condition that could lead to an impediment with cognitive ability, meaning she could be affected to where she couldn't even probably lose her ability to talk, walk, whatever. You understand? As the result of what these two beasts did to her. And that's what they are. I mean, really. I'm not pulling no punches on no lowlifes that would jump a man like this, let alone a woman. One woman, and they can rest at night after doing this right here. Now, the only justice, like I said, that these two deserve is to be ran down on and done the same thing by multiple guys, just like they did this one woman. And that's just all there is to it. You know what I mean? Now, to continue, on September 18th, the DPP released a statement saying the footage shows the victim, Michelle Folsom, 39, and another woman having a conversation that turned physical. That's when two males became involved in the confrontation and assaulted the female. The statement continued, according to Bring Me the News. In addition to the security vehicle, I'm a little bit upset, people, but anyway, in addition to the security video, Folsom posted images of her injuries on social media, sharing with her followers that she was kicked in the head and left unconscious outside the West Duluth establishment. Okay? Yeah. That's what it is. Now, as far as this Rustic Bar that this took place at, Sue these people right here for not lifting a finger, and failure to provide you a safe environment, to be able to visit. But again, I will say, there's not a woman out here that needs to be hanging in the streets patronizing bars, okay? And that's just what it is. I mean, yeah, this could have happened anywhere else. Could have happened at a gas station, grocery store, whatever. But those are places you need to be, you need to go. But a bar, you don't need to be at. You really don't, okay? You don't need to be traveling the roads by yourself. As you can see, you have low-life subhuman animals out there that's looking to do harm to you. At the least bit of, whatever excuse that they can find. The least, could be they can stare at you and you can stare back. And they may want to attack you. You understand? Things like that. So you got to be ready for that. Now, to continue here, pretty much in conclusion, her daughter created a GoFundMe page to detail the incident, which she believes should be classified as a hate crime, and I agree. According to the doctor, Folsom's clothes and shoes had drag marks on them that showed that she was being dragged on her side. When she finally woke up after being jumped by the men, she found herself alone in the dark parking lot of the bar. The victim gathered herself up and walked about 4 to 5 minutes to reach her daughter, believing her daughter would help her. The daughter says her mother's teeth went through her lip. She had 2 swollen black eyes, a gash between her eyebrows, and her head was swollen and blood was everywhere. Okay? I called 911 right away and they rushed her to the hospital in an ambulance to treat her injuries. It is known that some of the situation took place in the bar and they never called the police or helped my mother. Catasia Kabir wrote, I know I messed your name up, but be as is, I apologize. Catasia Kabir wrote, when police arrived, according to one report, they rushed her to the hospital in an ambulance. Officers watched the bar surveillance footage, which depicted Folsom being assaulted by the men who knew the woman she was arguing with before they intervened. The 2 women will not face charges, okay? So they're not going to, face charges, but don't look like the men is worth anything either. Don't make no difference. This is what they think of us. All right? You got to protect yourselves. You're going to have to think. You got to be prepared. In conclusion, here it says community leaders and activists are calling for the men to be held accountable, noting that witnesses said that no one at the bar even tried to call 911 or step in and intervene. They also said that the on-duty bartender had blood washed off the premises before authorities arrived. So he's tampering with evidence. He's tampering with evidence right there. You know what I'm saying? Doing that. So he should be brought up on charges. And like I said, sued for failure to aid in this woman's brutal assault. And that's basically what it boils down to. Now, normally, what real men would do in a situation like this, if there was 2 women about to go at it, you know what a real man would do? Or real men, they will go and intervene and break those 2 women up, 3 women or whatever, and don't let, you understand, pretty much them go at it and fight for the most part. But when you're dealing with subhumans, well, they don't think like that. They just look to attack what they perceive as be the weaker, source, so they can get some kind of gratification out of doing it. And that's what these 2 little low-life assholes did right here. See, Mylan Grigg and which 56 years old. I know this probably him and the 41-year-old room right here. See? And that's just what it is. But yeah, for you sisters that's out here running around in these streets and everything, come out of them streets. Stop traveling by yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Get you a strong black man. And that's just what it is. Some of you may not like what I'm saying, but hey, like I said earlier on, it's the truth, and that's just what it is. Get you a strong black man that's got your back and you have his. After all, that's the way the Most High meant for it to be in the first place. Not for us to be divided. Not for us to be at each other's throat. Talking about gender wars and shit. While the subhumans sit back, clap, laugh, and, pick us off at will. Okay? That's just what it is. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts and views and opinions on it in the comment section. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, people. Please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.